I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
Hold it!
You saw it counting down clearly with your own eyes. How do you think a timer as small as the one in this bomb could be seen from the gallery? These goggles help me see very small things clearly from very far away. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie. Why do I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass? Guess it's possibly saw the timer if he was wearing his goggles? Not so sure. It's something that just doesn't sit right with me. The bomb was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So concealed, in fact, I didn't even look like a bomb at all. Yeah, I know.
Objection!
Nope, I'm a dummy.
Objection!
Oh. The timer. So you say you saw the bomb's countdown, is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you're clearly lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside the stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off, but you couldn't even see the timer? But now was...
What? No!
That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well, Always remember, Athena, when you find inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to figure out. Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tony? Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say? Suppose if it would be possible to notice that, even with a bomb inside the stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I'll never miss it. Now, how do you think training could help you hear something so soft and so far away? What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. Really. If the only... Care to explain then why... If the only tiny thing is my skill as a lawyer... I've kicked your brother's ass about 4 times? And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, aren't you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tony did not hear the sound. Well, no, but still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tony happened to be there when it happened. Plus, I love making shit up to try and get... He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. If he was there when... newsflash, if he was there when Juniper activated the bomb, she would have fucking killed him. It happened before the trial started. If she's a killer like they claim, which she ain't. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals all evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in that lobby. The goal was surely to rearm the bomb instead of the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the fight. How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tony could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who saw the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. What I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. That tail. 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about one hand. As long as they have a fingerprints as their trump card, I'm a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright? What about condition? We do need a testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. Can you read your feelings, you know, boss? Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Guess she's already at anger level 1. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there's just one more thing, Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. This guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go to the lobby and bring back the defendant. She looks even worse off than before. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl! Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right? Believe me, pretty sure everyone's tempted. What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Looks like Athena's picking something up with a heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it, you stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you? Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Ah, but don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more gentle man in this world than I. How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attended a manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a gentleman. Huh? I should probably be an adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. This isn't gonna work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart. Yes, and they sound incredibly strange. About giving the amount. Nah, Payne has just been badgering her. Yeah, I see that. This is all up to Athena on her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, huh? Yay, bombing! Just got that fucking metal image in there. So have your special ability in which it's mood matrix. You can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep. Okay, some of Miss Woods' true destiny. Happiness? This power of Venus is incredible. Yeah, the happiness. Yay, I nearly died! Oh, look at that. That is odd. Yeah, go figure.
Got it!
Richard is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected motion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? What? Great, let's hear what she has to say. Apollo? Yeah. So that's when you sustained those injuries. But not no one on his eye. That was... His eye wasn't injured. During Cosmic Turnabout, he starts to get suspicions, so puts the eye patch on as a way to try and weaken the sense. Weaken the sixth sense. To a degree. Yeah, there is. When I find an unexpected motion, I should first pinpoint it. Okay, so... happiness?
Got it!
When you view your emotions alongside your testing, you find the unexpected... Wait a minute. There isn't anything strange here.
Got it!
You're happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too. That's right. Well, what do you know? Something new. Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise? Only Phantom Bum Prime, eh? Nothing against the campaign, but why nothing on a rhinoceros? So I guess that means we managed to draw out all of her testimony. Absolutely. Don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. The bomb that Pliny was in that courtroom and the bomb went off. How do we know that? Changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it. And the right statement. Nice way to hide that he's got the eye patch on there.
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you. You can relax now. You are without doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints was found on wasn't that of only Fenty. It was the tail of her gallery companion,
Objection!
What? What nonsense is that? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. There's a distinct defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law, unless their name is gasp in pain. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you will... clearly see how the two got mixed up. Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of the tails is exactly the same. Order! Order in the court! As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Friday, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. Can stand to consider charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but at least we managed to hold out this. Yes, Your Honor. Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. December 17th, 11:56 a.m. True to form. Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. I'm your boss, you should know. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. Of course. What about you? We would have never gone out of that tight spot. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Being its true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. What's we got about him? I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Caught him before? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? So you went looking for Viney together before you were called back to column number 5? I wonder what it was. Just maybe you found some new pieces of evidence. Anyway, pick up Graham. Yeah, good idea. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
Yeah, continue. December 18th, 9:04 a.m. District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of the trial to start, given how things ended yesterday. Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that there's any surprise. The 55-year-old asshole. Huh? The paper? That came out and left field. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. They were still quite shocked to stumble onto a scene like that. It's Miss Woods, alright. Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa. Guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. She believes he's an Apollo. Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. Tell me about it. There's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, trust me. Wow. Sorry in the court of law and losing your memory of that. You know how that feels. Yeah. God, that one was funny. Only difference being, you were smashed in the head with a fire extinguisher. No, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on the health of Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I am just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. L100150. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. If everything happened with Apollo, they have time for a proper investigation. And they'll stop me now. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake and for Apollo's too. December 18th, 9:50 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 5. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. But say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. I find the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. Speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? Don't forget, this guy's stooping lower than his brother, so is it really any wonder? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is a courtroom bombing. The assault of Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. The question is, why did the culprit feel need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe the motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Newsflash, Brainiac. If it was Juniper, she would have left him, or she would have made sure to finish the job first. I know I would. But I'm the one who does things better. You've got to be kidding me! Hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head and order suspension. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. Ahem, it is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will drive closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well, Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. No matter how much of an asshole that makes me look. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over? Oh no, considering our conversation yesterday. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 of Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened to the court. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. All say to me went to the courtroom again. God damn it, Papa. Yeah. Paul insisted on staying behind in the courtroom for. So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist back handing that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing? Yeah. Oh-ho! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some... Yeah.
Objection!
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence.
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. He found the proof of her foul deeds there in the courtroom. What on earth? Do you see it there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S? Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. I'm on the verge of revoking this control. Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. Can we just go to Apollo yet? Apollo! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. When the security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, we were then called in number 4 of Apollo the whole time. Didn't investigate anything ourselves, and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody vine. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yeah, there's a bit of a line to the right of it.
Hold it!
Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods? Yes. Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. Oh, but it's right for Mr. Payne to do it? And that barely even qualifies as a quasi-question. Big crushes? Really? Know about this.
Hold it!
Where exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? I went to look for my medicine. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in column number 4? And phony Fanti has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb is inside. You put my medicine for my coughing face inside the bomb, maybe? The way she makes him sound, you think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Funny. Oh, wait. You seriously forgotten that there was no Apollo was a Greek god.
Objection!
Nope.
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you see. Well, that's odd. Under the circumstances, he should have been capable of that. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you're claiming is something that no one should be able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the column in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand.
There's such a tiny inconsistency in the matter. Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it?
Great, now I'm not so sure it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains and molehills, you know.
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before.
Oh, would you look at that? There's writing to the left of woods. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels?
Mr. Payne, is a metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem?
Yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. Must have been there ever since. Miss Woods, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realised. Its position.
Yeah. Its position? The position of what? The bomb transport case? I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? To the right. And that means... in that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack.
Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make?
It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear.
What?
Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. You sound as though you knew where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice.
Take that!
Your Honor, I say that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But nuts!
Inconceivable!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. The transport case was in that position at the time of the assault. But no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody right.
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? He's obviously lying.
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone.
What? Where's this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. Keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright.
Take that!
Please take a look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandage. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved.
What?
Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood.
No!
Yep, moving down the prosecution's claim like house of cards. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Oh, there's nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. Boss, since you get definite smoking rowdy vibe. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Mr. Justice didn't need this message in blood. Then who did? Huh? What? Well... Looks like I should have taken that train of thought route to the last station.
Well, well. Heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Ah, this feeling brings me back memories of the old days, back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Hey, tell the judge asked the question. You didn't catch on either, Buster.
I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth. Who could have written that message in blood?
The culprit.
Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing. That seems like the most reasonable explanation. Yeah, you're right. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault. You could have written that message in blood. Someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left that bloody message?
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far, there's no turning back. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. Not really?
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh.
Oh, I see! Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. Mr. Justice did survive, or I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. They had never even met each other.
That's very true. Well, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning? Not what it appears to be? Decoding the blue item.
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods.
Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning?
Yes, Your Honor. Something I pulled out of a wormhole. It could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
Clearly says Woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Well, if you look closely, there's a bit which is cut off.
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods only means something to the police, like a police scanner code, for example.
Didn't think of that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. Because if you look very carefully...
Is that a fact? Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. If they can't substantiate it with anything, they must end things here. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing?
It's a code on the case, true, but... Well, I believe it's...
And no stalling! You can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over.
In trouble now? What other meaning could it have besides this obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you can do this.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? About head over to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar?
L100? What does that have to do with anything?
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Now please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. There we go, that's on my side.
It says Woods!
Or you could say it's a horse of a different colour, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. Next two are zeros.
Oh my goodness!
The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's a number engraved on this bomb transport case. What are you talking about? Next part doesn't make any sense. Next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case and the bloody writing we made to match up quite... No. This is how the number on the transport case we made to match the bloody writing. Erase 2 lines. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D.
Well, would you look at that? L-I-O-O-I-S?
No, Your Honor, it's not meant to be read as a word. It's number L10015, which, if you take away the final R, is the exact number that's on the bomb transfer. Erase 2 letters and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing 2 lines. What if you erase 2 lines from your name?
Well... the only right spelling is right.
Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's got a message to us at the bomb transport case. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number, but whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bomb. The dying message could only have had one purpose. No! Tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name.
The culprit, not the victim, was trying to name. To identify as another, and gasp in pain.
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing.
Ted Tonate?
Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized he was a bomber, so when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for a crime. Why would anyone go out their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? You've got a good point there.
What do you have to say to her, Mr. Wright?
Now only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment.